Chapter 24. The Non-Religious Hipster. The only time Joshua ever got into real trouble with his parents was during a family trip to Montreal when he insisted on sending his younger brother back to the hotel in a cab so he could pass out on top of a Canadian girl's mountain of muff, unable to get it up for some boom boom because of all the strip club day drinking done earlier in the afternoon before those high-octane Canadian Labatt Blues came back to kick him in the tuchus after maintaining the same rock-steady pounding pace at the dance club later that evening. Joshua had attended Ithaca College in upstate New York, which he called Cornell's retarded next-door neighbor, located only a 4-hour drive from the Canadian border, so he spent many weekend getaways in Montreal with his college buds to wreck more brain cells and feel more retarded than usual, tearing through an eighth of outdoor Tompkins County weed every other 3 days wasn't helping. If Joshua could do it all over again, he'd bribe the DJ at the strip club in Montreal with a 50 spot, so he could pay the 20-minute version of the Allman Brothers whipping post from their famed Fillmore East show, so he could maximize his erect arousal one lap dance per song moment for all it was worth, like any good, shrewd, predatory Jewish New Yorker not bright enough to pass the Series 7 to become an investment banker would. Joshua was never obsessed with getting lap dances from strippers, but clear memories of blowing off his homework in the 9th grade to watch the Cherry Pie video on MTV, the VHS Kiss Doc Exposed, with lead singer and songwriter Paul Stanley philosophizing the art of being a playmate betting rock star on a bed flush with nothing but perfect busty tens, in addition to endless repeat showings of the equally titillating Motley Crue doc Uncensored, including plenty of clips from their slickest, most arousing rock star affirming video, Girls, 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 which takes place in the actual strip club on the Sunset Strip, where Joshua used to live down the street among the more homoerotic rent control land of Boys Town and West Hollywood. So Joshua never got discouraged from pursuing the glittery stripper's embrace before he got married, if he had the money to burn one bit. But Montreal wasn't all about the icy, cracked-out-looking vixen strippers for Joshua, because he loved his out-of-nowhere, fluffy, thick, succulent, locally sourced, in retrospect, Canadian ham-loaded omelet at some random, greasy spoon diner 10 times more. This omelet in particular, gave Joshua more long-lasting joy than any fleeting blue balls destined lap dance, assuming he was wearing jeans and not sweatpants. Joshua also learned during a trip to Montreal, hungover the next morning again, how the French Canadians just don't serve you a regular egg and cheese sandwich there. Instead, they'll throw in some tasty baby spinach greens on top of a mayo-slathered croissant if you weren't eating pork again, which Joshua wasn't, because some psychic in LA prior told him his chakras were more clogged than his freshman one-hitter. The same psychic who Joshua paid in what felt like the entirety of his inherited Pfizer stock from his Jewish grandmother on his dad's side, insisting Joshua abstain from pork and beer for a 30-day purification period. Joshua wasn't complaining about the final results, looking slim and trim, doing something more constructive with his time than binge, like DMX before he got into character at the recording studio that day to rap, "I'm slipping, falling, I can't get up." At the same time, Joshua will never forget about how he relished his In-N-Out burgers in LA, animal style, which is twice the cheese, twice the patties on top of their specialty, never burnt or syrupy sweet fried onions nestled between their buttered specialty sauce slathered buns. Actually, Joshua had an old school high school bud, another groomsman at his wedding, who visited him in LA during a work week, so he just drove Joshua to and from work while smoking plenty of Primo, Icky Sticky, California loving weed from his contact in the valley when he wasn't revisiting In-N-Out on back days, winning the Tubby Bitch Trifecta Award New York style. Also, Joshua will never forget how delectable scrumptious his behemoth of a triple cheese burger was from Fuddruckers and Palo Alto to celebrate the completion of his first purification feast as he inhaled one yummy bloody bite after another. When living in Stroller Mom Central in Park Slope with his girlfriend, now wife Anna, he couldn't resist the idolized worship of thick-cut Applewood Country smoked crisp bacon, served at all the various, overpriced, never sexy enough for his standards, brunch spots, sprinkled throughout the Brooklyn enclave, referred to famed novelist turned boxing journalist Norman Mailer as the most secure place for a Jew to live on planet Earth. Still, Joshua, growing up in a kosher household, always felt a tad uncomfortable frying up any piggy in their apartment, which still didn't stop him from throwing a 12-inch kielbasa on the grill in the garden out back from the drab, bare bones, stuck in 1940, utterly colorless and humorless Ukrainian meat shop on 4th Avenue. Only a 2-avenue stroll down the hill, one bit either. And when Joshua went on the Kornbluth family European vacation in college with his parents and younger brother to Italy, which included stops along the Amalfi Coast in Italy, right off the mighty Mediterranean coast, he wasn't kvetching about breaking God's commanded law to not eat pork as he suckled down one more mound of svelte prosciutto di Parma with more fresh, crackling, sesame-loaded Italian bread with bits of semi-hard, mind-blowing, fresh, put hair in your chest and balls, provolone either. But now Joshua was 43 going on 44, eating kosher and getting closer to God every day. Yeah, yeah, yeah! So giving two shits about projecting any cool man foodie over the hill park slope hipster cred among other pigling, suckling, bearded hobbits to conceal their drooping neck fat in their best Paul Bunyan gear held out less appeal for him than liking and encouraging more pics of Lena Dunham's frumpy, let it all hang out, loose look on Instagram. These were the type of thoughts swirling in Joshua's head as he took in the dining scene at Mile End in Burham Hill, Brooklyn, waiting to meet with the rabbi's much-touted brewmaster, genius Schmendel, any minute. Losing all patience with Schmendel, Joshua decides to start ordering at the counter, but has some questions first. Hi, the smoked meat Montreal pastrami sandwich on Jewish Rye is kosher, right? The lady behind the counter with decked-out tattoos that were hanging on for dear life off her droopy, too cool for school, floppy arms, says with immediate, repulsive disgust, "No, we don't serve Dr. Brown's cream soda or offer complimentary kosher spear dill pickles either." And Joshua barks back with menacing, pissed off, slightly disproportionate in return fury. "But you're a Sunday morning bacon Jew who believes only wolfing down more locally sourced bacon on top of your fucking fries and poutine makes you the more progressive, evolved Jew, correct? Who watched The Daily Show with religious devotion throughout your time at McGill, so you're too sophisticated to ever identify yourself as a mere religious, old-school, easily duped, observant, proud Jew? Got it, Flaps." The cashier burns a death stare through Joshua's swelling noggin and screams, "Get the fuck out of our store! You're banned permanently! No smoked Canadian meat for you!" Joshua begins to leave and fires back one last time with, "I was already leaving. Good luck finding a reformed Jewish cemetery plot big enough to wheelbarrow your fat ass into the ground. Frumps. Fucking Canadian hipster Jews are so off the list."